so much. Uh, whatever you upload first,
Hold
either
up, Robert. While you're recording, re-ask the question so the listeners can know what we're starting at.
What I was asking was, is like which one either would be better, the digital or the hard copy, and are they two separate things, or are they exactly the same, just different formats?
they're the same with different formats. Put it like that. They're
Okay.
they're the same thing, different format. The format is different. It's like you're gonna upload it, like you might upload publisher. What is that? Not publisher. What am I talking about?
So like when you
Microsoft
upload like a
Word.
video, because I
Yeah.
do a lot of uploading of
Yeah.
videos.
Yeah, Microsoft
So,
Word and Adobe Reader.
okay, the PDF. Yeah.
Yeah. So you might upload it in the PDF, but at the same time, it's still the same words, still the same everything else. It's just that one is going to Kindle. So you select it. Let me show you. Hold on a second. I'm gonna share a screen. If I can pull it back up. Now, can y'all see this?
Yes.
Okay, now see right here, it says Kindle ebook.
Let me put my glasses on.
See, this one is where you create everything. You got it? That's my cousin, Sean. He's in California.
What up, cousin?
Hey, cousin, how you doing?
I'm good, man.
Okay, that's good. I'm on this Kindle book where you publish, the self-publishing app. Let me see.
Okay. For some reason, volume again. I don't know.
Oh, there you go.
But we had to call back in.
Oh,
Okay.
gotcha.
Looking at it now. Okay, it says
You see right here?
yes.
Okay, so either one you can do first. You can either click on the Kindle ebook or the Kindle paperback.
Okay.
So either way, like here's Kindle ebook. If I click on that, it asks me to log in. So I log into my Amazon account, basically, and I put all the information. See the information here?
Yes.
It's the same thing as the paperback.
Okay.
So
Now,
you
does it save it as a default so that I can go back and use it or not?
I think I had to still put all the information in it the same way. Yeah. Yeah. I still had to go back and put the information in. So even when I go back to bookshelf, when I click on paperback, I got to do it all over again.
Okay.
You know, The thing is, one guy did his just to see. He wasn't even planning on doing paperback. He just did ebook. And when his sales went crazy, then he did a paperback.
I see.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So
is our ebook and Kindle the same?
yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. The thing is with this, on this Kindle, you can do Kindle ebook and do it on another platform like Nook, but you can't do KDP Select with it.
Now, what is the select one you're talking about?
KDP Select gives the right to their, say I had a Kindle account, right?
Yes.
So I had a Kindle account. In other words, I get a chance to read my books for free because I'm paying every month. And so if you share your book on another thing, somebody else is getting what I'm paying for.
Gotcha.
So you can sell your book on Amazon and you can have it in an ebook format, but they also offer a KDP Select where you get per page of what they read. So you get paid by how many pages somebody read off their Kindle. But
what's the thing about the Audible? What about Audibles?
Audible, you can do that too. Audible is like what I'm trying to do now, because you gotta either pay somebody to do your Audible. But I found out when I did my first chapter of my first book is Audible is good to find errors. If you
Right.
if you say your work out, you can hear what it sounds like, and it helps you edit. So I'll read my first chapter. I'm like, did I actually? Wait a minute, that pause. So I go back and put a comma or whatever I need to, an explanation to make it what I'm saying, for I know now what the listeners is reading, what they're picturing as they read.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So it's good I'm learning that it's good to edit by do something, then read it out loud, like you're actually doing the Audible. And it helps you with your editing. And it'll save you also on paying the editor. So, but yeah, I hadn't got into it yet, but I'm learning. I've learned that it costs per hour to pay someone to do an Audible for you. So what I'm trying to do is do it myself.
Wow. So are you gonna become an Audible voiceover person?
No, I'm doing it for me.
Okay.
No, I'm doing it for me because the reason why I'm doing it out of mind, I know it's a fiction book, because I wrote it. I know the emotions I can put into it.
Right.
So I know what the emotions says exactly how that person is talking, because the thought came through my process of writing, and so it helps me speak and act out exactly the emotions that's there. When I get to somebody else, it's just
something that was an Audible that you were playing around with.
yes.
That was really good.
Yeah. And see, I gotta tighten it up. But somebody told me, said, just tighten up. They so like it was good, but it's just a little tightening up on the speed. I said, okay, cool. I just need to know. So even in that, I send it out to people so they can learn. So they can tell me, critique me. You know, you send it to people who listen to Audible tapes all the time, and they'll tell you.
Right.
You know, I listen. I found this lady. She's at work. She listens to Audible. All she do is listen to Audible tapes. I said, so she told me. She said, "Oh, I loved it. It was great." She said, "Just speed it up a little bit, and it's fine."
Wow.
And because I don't listen to Audibles, I didn't catch that.
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of listening to hear your tone, to hear like what you was emphasizing or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
how you were changing as if it was another person
Yeah.
that responding to what you were saying. So
Yeah. That's what she said. She said, you know, the brother talking together. She said it was so natural.
Mm.
She said it didn't seem like. She said she know I was new at it, but you couldn't really tell it. She said, but because of that, you can use the one voice because you are new at it. So she said it was great because it had her laughing, it had her intense into it. She just said
Right.
that's the tempo of it has to be sped up a little bit. And I was like, cool, you know. But yeah, it's good to get feedback, just like writing a book. Who do you get your books to edit? Do you just give it to somebody or do you give it to somebody who actually reads?
Right. That makes a difference.
So instead of getting somebody to pay for your book, to edit your book, you find some good friends, 5 or 6 friends who read and say, hey, could you check this out? You know,
Wow.
and you do it like that. So when you do it like that, then you got these people who read to come back and say, hey, I saw this error and I saw this error. Like my sister-in-law. My sister-in-law, my brother said he just mess up stuff just because she is OCD on language, on spelling. She's OCD. And because of that, he messed stuff up. So for her to go fix it. Now she knows he's doing it on purpose, but it doesn't matter. It irks her to see misspelled words or pronunciation in the wrong place. So she go back and fix it anyway. And he laughs, you know. But who else better to give your book to?
That's right.
You know.
That makes
So
sense.
you find that person, you know, and if you want, you know, you give them something, you want to give them something or give them a copy of your book when it's done, you know, just to say thank you. If they don't ask for nothing, do something for them for doing that for you. You know, because all of this, everything that I'm telling you, I've done it for free. You know, I've published for free. I've made my own book cover for free.
Really?
And
Wow.
everything. So to let other people know how to do it for free, it's like, boom, you can do it for free. You ain't got to pay all of that. You ain't got to have copies or anything else like that. So, but I'm looking
Even
into
when you
sending
do
more.
the hard copy, you
Yep.
can order whatever amount you want. There
Yep.
is no required amount.
Nope. Nope. No required amount. You go if you want to order one, you can. If you want to order 300, you can. The more I can say, the more you order, the longer it takes to receive.
Gotcha. So you might want to do small increments. Like
Yes.
say order 10 or just whatever example you want to give.
Yes.
How long does it take to get books in according to
Well,
how you,
it takes about 2 to 3 weeks.
okay.
It takes about a week or so before you can get one copy in. It takes about 2 to 3 weeks before you get the rest of them. The thing is, it'll give you a date of when it's going to start because they don't start right after you order it. You know, they'll send you a notification that your stuff is being printed. You know, your
Gotcha.
stuff is being made. So basically, if you're planning on doing a book sale or a book signing, you need to order your stuff a month in advance before the book signing.
Need to plan for that. Yeah.
You got to plan for it. So basically what it does is give you a chance to get it all in. But like I said, first get your review book to make sure it looks like you want it to look. It's
So
bad.
that's the owner's book, the review book.
Yes. You can order you a review book, and it, like I said, you got access to it. They'll send you a sample book. It's still the same price, so you might as well just buy a book that doesn't have sample written in it.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So even in a messed up book, it's still a book.
Right.
So if you become like my friend said, if I'm on the bestseller list, that book is still worth something.
That's right.
You know, so you wanna make it not have a sample in it. So if you're gonna buy it, buy an author's book. Then you can inspect the book and see it, and then you go back and say, okay, now it's ready. Now I can publish it. Now they can buy it. You know? So you have that option. You can keep it unpublished until you know that it's time, and you can make sure your cover's right. You can make sure the editing's right. You can make sure everything's printed right, and then do it like that. Now with a Kindle, you don't have to wait. You can put it out there. You know?
Okay.
And most people will be like, hey, are you going to get this on paperback? Then you can see who all wants it on paperback, because some people like to touch it and read it as they go and not
Right.
just have it
So,
on the pad.
so Kendall, as soon as you finish, you just say, "Here it is."
Yeah. You don't need an ISBN on a Kindle.
Oh, I see.
Now I do it anyway. I add mine anyway. Uh, it doesn't. Your ISBN does not show up on Kindle at all. Even though you get it first, it don't show up. You can get it for your paperback. It will not show up on the Kindle.
Now, does Barnes and Noble, do they have their own access as far as the way
My
their books are sold or published? Or?
Yeah, I think you have to go through the WatchCon, but see, my book ended up on Barnes and Noble anyway through Amazon. You know, my first book was on Barnes and Noble, so
Congrats!
I never uploaded anything to them.
Wow.
But Amazon has access to a lot of places, so it's already there. It's in Goodreads, and people can order it from Barnes and Noble and have it shipped to them for the same price.
How did your book do? Your first book?
My first book did good. When it came out, when I started getting it, but it was more of a me giving out hands.
I got you.
You know, it wasn't more of an internet thing because, you know, when you're not known and you're self-publishing, you have to market yourself.
No doubt. It's
And
like
so
everything else, you know.
yeah. So if you're not a good marketer, you have to find somebody who can market you. And so, and that's the biggest part of it is who you know. I talked to, we was talking before is if you really want to get out there, because it's basically about reviews. Just like, you know, books go by reviews. So basically what you want to do is get your review set first. And so you write your book, you send it out and ask about 25 people, hey, if I give you my book, would you review it after you read it when I do it? And so as soon as your book get published, now you already got it because you got your sample books and everything else. Let me see if I can pull this up.
Now tell me this, what does a review amount to? Like if you're asking someone to review it, what are you asking them?
You're asking them to endorse you. Basically.
Gotcha.
You know, you ask, that's an endorsement. A review is an endorsement of your book.
Gotcha.
And so once they review your book, that endorsement itself helps you when everybody comes looking for it.
It's like a Yelp. It's like Yelp for food, right? Like
yeah,
you eat there because everybody says it's a great place.
Everybody else says it's a good place. Everybody say this book is good. Oh, we got a little bad reviews, but these other people say it's good. So let me check it out. But you got 25 reviews of 25 people who said they read it. So
gotcha.
Now you got 25 people who said they read it, even if it's bad or good. You had 25 people who was already interested. So
that changes.
Yeah, it changes the perspective of a book because everybody knows that what you see and what I see is going to be different. But the fact that somebody took time to read the whole book to give a review of it, you know, that makes a difference. So when you got 25 reviews compared to 5 reviews, it's totally different. Because there are places out there where you can get people to review your book, and sometimes they be like, you can't put it on my website because you don't have over 5 reviews. You know,
okay.
And you look on it, he's like, how can I get my thing? And it's like, no, you got to have at least 5 reviews, and they'll have to be 5-star. And if you don't have 5 reviews, there's no need for you to come on my website. And that's basically it, you know. And so you study looking at things. Because me, I'm looking at things like, okay, once I got my book written, even though I done had it, people done bought it, what can I do with my book now? You know, because I'm looking at making a movie out of my book. So
gotcha.
I even went to the point to where I've learned how to write plays through my book. So I've written out a play already just to learn how to write one.
I see. Wow.
Because there's more I want to do with it. I want to do more with it. So what are the long-term goals of the book?
Right.
So if it's informational, I know I got an informational book. So I know I'm not going to go make a movie out of it. I can make a documentary out of it.
True.
See, but I can't make a movie. But a fictional book, I can make a movie out of it if I choose to do so. Well, how do I do that? Well, I figure out what to do. Well, I know I got to make it in a strip form. So I get somebody who can tell me, hey, how you do this? Well, I went and found me a little free download that makes that you can go in and it sets up the format of how to make a script.
Mm.
So I learned
Gotcha.
how to do that. So as I'm going forth, I'm learning as a writer, there's more ends to just writing a book. There's more things that when you get done writing your book, now what?
True.
You know, do I continue writing a book or because if you think about it, Audible is advertising. How's it
Yeah,
advertising?
yeah,
Yeah. So
because
now when you're
free
talking,
books.
yes. Now people listen to it. Now they want to go buy it. Those who listen to it, man, that's a good book. Now by word of mouth, by the person on Audible, they're telling the reader that that's a good book. And the reader don't want to listen. They want to read it.
Mm. Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, some people want to read it, but you got a word of mouth from somebody who likes to listen. So now you got two avenues of two promoters who is telling them about your book. You got the reader and you got the listener. So those right there in itself, if you can get your book into an Audible, that even helps the person who hears and the person who reads.
Yeah.
So you have to look at
That's
every
on the
avenue for
go.
your book. Yeah. So you look at every avenue for your book, how to get it out there, how to get into the hands, because everything, even a fictional book, is informational. You know, because my first book, mostly people said I had to examine my life, and mine is a fictional book.
Wow.
They said I had to examine my walk with God because it's a fictional book, but yet it held some truths in it. You
Mm.
know, and so people had to examine themselves in the area where they are with God and those things in their life because of the way, you know, it makes you think about how am I treating my spouse? It makes you think about how am I treating my neighbor? How am I treating people compared to what this book is saying?
Yeah.
So they
Oh,
were
I
like,
feel
I saw
you.
myself in it. Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So it takes you on a roller coaster ride, but at the same time, if I'm mad at this person in this book, what does it say about me if I'm doing the same thing? So it's a lot of things that you can do with your book. The second book I wrote, basically, I had an informational book that came with it, that came off of it, which was interesting. So, you know, now I'm finding that I'm writing fiction and nonfiction books.
And you must got some time, man. Yeah.
Man, I do. You know, I think I got 9 books in the works.
Are
Uh,
you serious?
yeah, yeah,
Hmm?
yeah.
Wow.
I got 9 books in the works. I'm working on an Audible, and I'm trying to figure out a way how to get it into the theater scene. So you know, but it's all the ideas, but at the same time, I'm also looking and praying for those who can come alongside to help me out in the process of who has the information for us the theater goes, who has the information
Mm.
for us the Audible goes, who has the information for, so I can see a long term, but I also have to get the information from those who've already done it.
Yeah. I
You
understand
know,
that.
Now
and
let me ask you. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
go ahead. I was done.
Let me ask you this, because I heard bits and pieces of the first meeting, so I'm just trying to make sure I have everything in a straight line. And you were
Mm,
going down that path, and then you were kind of sharing some other things of where the book could go.
yeah.
But you were saying once you write your book, one of the things would be based on the reviews. So if the book is written and
Mhm.
it's uploaded to Kindle to start off with, what's the wait time on Kindle? Because I know you said the paperback may be like 2 to 3 weeks, depending how
Oh,
many,
Kindle.
whatever.
Kindle, like your paperback is ready for orders and it's live. Kindle is live about the same amount of time that your paperback is. So it's about 1 to 2 days. It
Okay.
depends on their checking on the errors. Because basically what they do is they just don't let you upload and be like, okay, you uploaded, you're great. Once you
Right.
upload it, they're basically checking the errors for you to see if anything that needs to be done according to what they want on there for the reader to read what you have.
Gotcha.
So they want to make sure that your stuff is good for the reader. So they'll check it, and then after that day, you come back. Now they'll leave your chapters at the bottom line. It won't,
However you load it on
however
there.
you load it. They just want to make sure that your margin, however it's low, they'll leave it there. I'm talking about, I had to go to Kindle and look. I was like, man, that's messed up. And I had to go back in and redo it. So basically what you do is you just go back to your regular format. You upload, you change it in your format. Microsoft Word has a read format. If you ever saw it, Microsoft Word, you can go into read view and it flips the pages and it can show you where your chapters are.
I see.
And so then you come out of read view. If your chapter is here, you just go put a page break in where that chapter is at the bottom, page break, and it puts it at the top.
So it's no way you could do it anything once it gets to Kindle, meaning there's no changes that you can make like that. It has to be done before you upload it. It has to land correctly.
No, if you upload it into Kindle, it stays in Kindle until you change the original paper that you have and then upload it again.
Okay, so you have to re-upload it to get it to
Yes.
land
Yes.
the way it needs to land. Okay,
Yes.
got
Yes.
that.
So if, like I said, you can keep it unpublished until you know how it looks.
Right.
And
I
then
see why.
yeah. So sometimes I'll publish it, and it be up there, and I'll be like, man, that's gonna be ugly for 3 days. You know, it's just how it is. Because even if you take it off live, even
It's
if you take it
still
off,
there.
it's still gonna be there until they take it off.
Gotcha.
So
So
walking out, like going out of the house with no lotion on, huh?
exactly. You just be asking for a little bit until you get some. Yeah.
Right.
So basically what you want to do is we want to check everything. Like I got a Mobi.
What's that?
Basically it changes my stuff into an ebook. So I can send you my book in an ebook form now through an email.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's already done. Like I ain't even upload to Amazon, but I found the app that transfers it into.
And spell that app.
Let me find my app. Hold on.
You said Mobi?
It changes into a Mobi. It changes it into that.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it does that, and I'm like, oh, this is cool. It's some kind of Mobi creator. But
And that's Moby, Mobie.
it's called Calibri. Let me see. I'm trying to make sure I got this thing right.
Gotcha.
It's CALIBRE.
Calibri. And that's an app?
Yeah, I use the app for it. Yep.
Now you use this app on your computer, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And I changed all my stuff into I can upload my stuff and change it into a Mobi. So basically I change it to an ebook. That way I can send it to people. So when you open it, I can literally open it up in Kindle.
Gotcha.
So if I send it to you, you got Kindle, when it opens up, it says, what you want to open this with? You can say Kindle. Well, it opens it up in Kindle. It's not in my Amazon Kindle, but I can open it up in my Kindle that's on my laptop or
Gotcha.
wherever you got it, on your phone. So you can open it and it'll be in Kindle form. So,
but not Amazon's Kindle form.
No.
Okay.
No. But you
So
can
then
send
you
it
have to transfer it to Amazon Kindle?
Huh?
You have to transfer it to Amazon Kindle?
You can actually upload it in that form to Amazon Kindle.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, will that land correctly, or you just gotta play with it regardless?
Yeah, even when I use that one, it doesn't upload like Kindle does.
Okay.
Yep. I even looked, I was like, this ain't what I got on my Kindle. This ain't the same. It's not lined up like Kindle is, but
Right.
it gives me a chance to send it to people via email. Like if I want to send my book, hey, here's my book, check it out. Can you read it? So
Yeah.
even in that, you can
You
have
do
that.
need that. You do
Yeah.
need that when you start sending it out to
Yeah.
those select people.
To the
Yeah.
select people.
Do
Exactly.
you feel like by sending your book out that people are willing to take things from your books and use them, for their own
Well,
profitability, or is that not really
well,
not really?
that's when you have to look at it. I look at it like this. I find people who are not book writers,
Right.
Okay.
they're book
The
readers,
book readers. Yeah.
and I've been knowing them. So they got my best interest. Put it like
So they'd have to instantly want to write a book today,
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, no doubt.
yeah.
right
So
away.
and I usually have like it has happened. I got a cousin down in Baton Rouge. A lady edited her book and everything else and stole the rights to it and put her name on it in the book.
Wow.
And she was having her do the editing and everything else, but she stole her stuff. She stole the book, literally.
Man.
Yeah, and she had to redo her own. She had to redo her book and put her name in her book. But the other lady already got her copy out there too. And
That's cool.
and that's the thing is, the big thing is you got to watch when the people who you got doing stuff. You got to know them. See, I don't. I know my wife. I know there's another guy that I send my stuff to. Another lady who reads books down in Baton Rouge, and my sister-in-law. And my
Is there any way you could protect yourself?
well, yeah, you have a copyright. You can put your stuff in copyright, but like I said, if she is writing that, uh,
Yeah.
she could take it to court. But at the same time, she can still deny it because you're giving her your chapter by chapter
True.
as you're writing. So you're giving her to edit your stuff and trust that she's editing your stuff, and yet she's taking it and putting her own name on it, saying we wrote this together or I did this myself.
Gotcha.
So just so happens I haven't ran into that. And just so happens after my first book, I just started doing it myself. Um, so that's how I do it. Now you can go to get a copyright. Like if you already done with everything and then you want to send it out, or before you do it, just you can pay to get it copyrighted. Like me, I put copyright 2019, put my name on it. I got all the stuff on my laptop. I got stuff on the hard drive that showed I've been working on it. So if I had to go someplace and say, hey, they say when you start working on it, I got my originals.
Now
So
tell me this, have you ever heard this before? I used to hear a long time ago, when you do something like that, you mail it to yourself so you have it postmarked, the date and time, in a sealed envelope, and you
yeah,
leave it in that envelope. You never open it unless there's a problem.
hmm yeah, you can do that, but in your documents, see,
Hmm.
let me see.
I mean, now this was years ago. Everything
Yeah,
is digital now, or
yeah,
more digital now.
yeah. So if you look, you see right here, see all these dates.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That shows when you worked on it. That shows when you had it in your file. These dates don't change unless you go in and do something different.
Right.
So unless you change something in this folder,
Now, what folder is this?
this is my document folder. See, I got stuff
Gotcha.
from 2013.
Yeah.
You know, because I had not added anything to that folder, that date stays the
Hmm.
same and shows that I worked on that date. Shows
Yeah.
that I did something on that date. So in my writing folder, let me see. This here's my writing folder. Last time I've been in here was 10/16.
Gotcha.
So, but as you see, I was doing like a Bible verse, a Bible book.
Mm.
That's 2018, 2020, 2019. But as you go into these, it shows you this is 2010.
Hmm.
Doors 2.
So you have a digital trail, in
Yeah.
other words.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I have a
Like
digital
old
trail.
school, they used to tell you to
Yep.
mail it back to yourself, leave it sealed, like if
Exactly.
you're
Yeah.
working on something like
Yeah.
that and you've completed it. Yeah.
Yeah. And see,
Gotcha.
if you want to make sure that this doesn't change, over here is my other hard drive.
Mm-hmm.
So I got everything over here in my other hard drive. See, this is 2016, my first book.
Gotcha.
So I make a copy over here, my other hard drive so I got I got about 3 hard drives with all my work on it because hard
Gotcha.
drives go out.
Yeah, true. Get stuck
Sure.
in there.
Yeah. So because they go out, I keep my stuff covered, but also if you notice, Microsoft Word also keeps a copy of your stuff when you're done.
Mm-hmm.
So if you lose it, it has an online copy. You just have to ask for it.
Now,
Right.
there's I used to use this on the job, Google Docs.
Mm-hmm.
And it's similar to
Yeah.
Microsoft Word. It's just that it's by Google, and like Google has like a lot of different
Mm-hmm.
features, but Docs is one of them. Say for instance, if I had Google Docs and you had Google Docs, it's kind of like that program when you send us something and you put it in there and then we can get to it. So let's just say if you had Google Docs and I had Google Docs, I can share with you
Yeah.
Google
my
Drive.
file.
Yep.
And when I share my file with you, I could give you whatever, say whether I wanted you to edit, whether I wanted you to just view it, or, just whatever like that.
Yeah.
So Leonard and I use that a lot of time with our ministry stuff, meaning like if he's working on a message and he wants me to put some notes in or vice versa, then we'll just share it through Gmail with the other person. And then that way I can see real time what he has. And when I'm typing in it, it's typing it where he can see exactly what's happening. It's all real time.
Yes. Yep. And that's it. And that's what a lady did with me with Dropbox.
Yeah, like it's like Dropbox.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So
But it's by Google.
Yep. So they're doing a whole lot of linking things that they try to get linked together now. So
let me ask this. If I said, Robert, I'm uploading my book to Kindle in the morning.
Yep.
What would be my steps or to Amazon? I have the Amazon account.
Yep.
Where do I go? What would be my steps to get started, to upload it, to see, where I am with everything, how many pages, that everything is set up correctly?
Yeah.
Like, where would I go?
Let me see. Let me pull this up. Okay. So the biggest thing is you're going to be here at Kindle Direct Publishing.
So that's Kindle Direct Publishing?
It's kdp.amazon.com.
kdp.amazon.com. Step 1.
Yep.
Okay.
So once you get there, you got to figure out which one you're going to do first.
I'm thinking I'm going to play with the Kindle first. I'm thinking.
You do the Kindle first. You just click on that. And here you got the language. You got this. If I did this, prayer, I do all caps. So that's just me. Prayer.
I do that too. I keep mine on caps because we download or upload a lot of stuff to YouTube. So I do all of my verbiage in caps.
Yeah. Now, see, on my second book, I had Doors of the Church Open as my book title. My second title was Marriage Chronicles. So I did that. So basically, I have to go through this process first.
Okay.
And edition number optional, I have to do that. Series optional. So
that's not anything I need at that time. Okay.
No. So if you're not planning on writing a series of 1, 2, 3 books, like I'm doing Doors of the Church Open. So I got a 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's a series. But
I would need to know in advance then, right? Okay.
You can, but you also can come back and add it to a series.
Okay, that's good to know.
So that's when I said you still got full control to come back and up all. You can do all of this all over again at the beginning. You know, you can come back to this and change
Okay, and make changes.
and make
Okay,
changes. Yeah,
and it's like a 3-day time frame or
yeah,
whatever you were saying
yeah,
for it to actually change.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So when you put it in, you know, you go through the steps. The author,
Mhm.
the primary author of it, primary
Okay.
contributor, the one who did it. So if nobody else did it, that's you. That's just
Okay.
really you. But if somebody else added to it, you can add them to it or you don't have to. They can just
Okay.
be like a silent person who came in. That's where contributors are authors, but you don't have to actually add them unless y'all
Gotcha.
made an agreement. Hey, add me to that. You add their names here.
Okay.
So when you do a description, you know, you can do this. See, it takes away the characters left.
Say it again. It takes away what?
See over here, it says characters left. It only gives you 4,000 characters to describe your book.
Okay, let me scroll to that end to see it. Gotcha. 3,900. Okay,
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. I'm looking at it on my phone, so I got to move it back and forth.
Yeah. I'm just doing this so I can have all this.
Right.
Then you click this. Now this is copyright and this is public domain. So it tells you what is public domain. Select this option. If you are publishing a public domain book, keep in mind that the duration of the copyright varies between countries. So this one right here is what you click. I
Okay.
own the copyright and I hold the necessary publishing rights. In other words, it's telling you're claiming the publishing rights to this book right now.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
you're the one that holding on that. Now, this here is where you put the keywords in. So what is your book about? How do people find you on Amazon?
Okay.
When people want to look for a prayer book, my book is about prayer.
Mm-hmm.
Right? What else is my book about? Jesus. So just in case somebody want to look up that.
Now, do you know if the keywords could be, because like on YouTube, I used to think that the keywords had to be like, you know, one word like you're doing now.
Yeah.
But I found out as I went along that my keywords could be sentences.
Yes.
Like prayer is needed for today. You know what I'm saying? It could be like an actual statement.
Yes, exactly. It can be.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And you can add it in and you can continue to write it in. And like it says, it gives you 7 keywords you can add. So then you set your category. What is this? Is it a fiction or nonfiction? Is it juvenile?
Gotcha.
So I just do nonfiction.
Gotcha.
Bibles, drama, what is it? Family relations, language, humor. So you get to choose from all of this.
Do they have something for ministry? I'm sure, huh? Religion.
Okay. Religion. So when you go through there, what kind of religion?
Gotcha.
Notice. So you have to choose biblical biography, biblical commentary, criticism, Bible studies, all of that. Buddhism, Christian.
They got some blasphemy in there too.
Yes. Christian education, Christian life. So I will put this one under Christian life, devotional, inspirational, or family.
Yeah.
So you can check prayer, you know. So I don't know how many allow, like it don't allows you to, as you see.
Okay.
So I would do inspirational, and because I'm talking about prayer.
Okay.
Then I will say.
But at the same time, how do you get them to find you? Like, I mean, you know what I mean? Is it really like, is there a lot of like, is there a lot of advertising and marketing, or is it?
Like Amazon has a way where they do promotions if you desire to do promotions in there, and they'll give you a promotional outlet for a certain time, however you want to do a promotion. Like you can drop your book discountedly, or you can pay them to do a promotion. But most people will tell you, I asked the guy, how do you promote your book? And he's got books, he's done it. He said, what is your topic? And I said, well, I got a book on marriage. He said, start a marriage group.
Mm-hmm.
He said, once you start getting people, because there's so much social media right now, you start the group and what your topic is about. As you start to talk and you start doing the videos about that, they see that you're knowledgeable in what you're talking about. Then you introduce the book.
Mm-hmm.
I got this.
So now they got your book because they see that you have the knowledge of what you're talking about. Now they trust your word.
That makes sense.
So they'll go to that book to get more information from the book of what you hadn't truly said, but they're going to get, you know, and so you're building up a foundation. When you build the followers on social media, those help you even in the book sales on the topic you're talking about.
Yeah,
So,
you start a page on it.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
Yeah. Or you
Like
just start talking videos.
True.
You know, Kev on Stage. How did Kev on Stage get started? He got on Facebook, started telling jokes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what he does now?
Yeah.
Advertising.
That's true.
Like you can't even contact him now. You got to contact him. They ask, what do you want? And you have to go through the process. You got to book
Right.
time, and then you have to put up this. And guess what? Because he has so many followers, advertising come after him, so he can sell whatever right now.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
And they know that because, and what he started off was telling jokes.
Wow.
You know, he tells jokes. Well, guess what he's doing now? He's doing talk shows on his media. He's doing games on his media. He's doing all this other stuff. Why? Because without the followers, he has nothing.
Right. He had to start somewhere.
You have to start somewhere. So,
Yeah.
and the biggest thing is, what are you willing to invest in yourself? Because your product is you. What you're giving is you. What God has placed in your heart and what you're finna put out there, that's you. But what are you willing to invest in? Because if you're not willing to invest in it, nobody's ready to invest in you. If you don't see worth in the investment, how are you going to get people to see worth in the investment?
Gotcha.
So if you're not going to put the time and effort into to say this is good for you, people are not going to. It's not good for them either.
That is $1 million answer, bro.
Yeah.
That is $1 million answer. I've talked to so many people, and all this time I've been doing this, and not very many would say that.
Yeah.
They would just say like, "Well, you got to know your audience." Well, how do you know your audience if you don't got an audience?
You ain't got none.
Right. You got to build it from something.
Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That what Kev. You see, Kev on Stage said this. He got up there. He said, "Man," he said, "Look, I'm putting all my stuff out there. If I fail, I fail. But I gotta trust in me." He took all his money. He went on the road on his own, booked venues on his own to see if, they follow me on Facebook. Will they come out and see me live?
Right. That's a difference.
But
That makes a difference. Yeah, you're right about that.
Everything that he had into himself. He trusted in who he was, not just the Facebook people. He trusted that he was funny. He trusted that what was in him was good enough for people to listen and pay for.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so a friend of mine told me, he said, "I'm a $150 an hour man." That's me.
All right.
He said, so if they need me to work $150 an hour, that's my worth. Know your worth. What are you willing to do and show forth your worth? Because if you're not investing in yourself, if you're not seeing the worth in you, how are the people going to see it? It's good to be humble, but you also have to know who you are.
Right.
That's true, cousin. Because if you just, if you can't take a back seat to everything, and you can't always try to be nice and kind of be like, be passive to what everybody else wants you to do, you'll never get there.
No. And so that's the biggest thing. So yeah, if you want to sell some things, you got to invest in the sale. You got to invest. You got to invest in, okay, how much do I want to sell? Well, what I got to do. As you see, I put videos out there, and I hear people say, well, I want to buy your book. Okay. It's on Amazon. Do they ever buy it? No. But what they're saying is, can I get your book for free?
Yep.
I'd be like, we could order it right now. Let me get your
You know,
information.
you know. Some people do wait for you to. Hey, you got a book? Yeah, it's on Amazon, huh? Or they want your
Yeah.
book. You
They
know.
They do
ain't
me
know
like
you was
that.
gonna say yeah.
Yeah.
They do
Yeah.
me like that all the time too. They say, "Oh man, you got some nice hats," and
Yeah.
"Oh man, I like this one right here." And I just, well, here's a website. You know,
Yeah.
go there and buy it. And then they're like, "Oh well, yeah, I don't get paid right now." I said, "Well, hit me up when you do." Like, you know,
Yeah. You know.
but
Right.
I'm not
It'll
sending
be
that for free.
there.
Yeah, it'll be there. I'm not gonna
You
send
be
it.
all right.
Because you know people that have books, they order books, they'll buy like all these books and they have them in their house. They're collecting dust.
Mhm.
So they got all these books that's ordered, that's printed, they invested in it, but they're collecting dust because now they sold to the audience in which they had. So who is promoting out of all the ones who get out of all the books I sold, I got 5 reviews.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
So even though I hear people say that's a good book, that's an awesome book, it had me on a roller coaster ride, I got 5 reviews. So
That makes sense. I see what you're saying. So you
they
need the
don't take the
reviews.
time. Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you need that review more. You need all the sales because
And
without the review,
yeah,
you
you
can't
won't
really
get no
sell
more.
more books. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna stop. It's gonna stop. So when people start seeing the reviews, they be like, hey, I want to check out this book. There are book readers who are looking for books to read.
Right.
And
And
but
they're
they're
book clubs. So
yeah,
you
they
have
got book
something to
clubs.
try to
Yeah,
find on either Facebook or one of those social media forums
exactly.
to try to find some different ones.
Exactly.
I'm
Exactly.
going to have to leave soon, and I'm enjoying this conversation. I just wanted to make sure I got the last of where you are here. I
Yeah.
see on the page that we're going down and following the instructions
Yeah.
on the page.
Yeah. And once you get down to the end, after you do all of that, then I'm ready to release my book now or make my Kindle available on pre-order. Either way, you can do a
Now, what's the
pre-order.
pre-order one? Like, what's that?
Pre-order is basically you're telling people I'm coming out with this book and they can
Mhm.
pre-order it. They can buy it now without you publishing it.
Gotcha. That's interesting to kind of get
So
a feel of what's going on with some people to put
yes,
their money where their mouth is.
yes. So before you even publish it, they can pre-order it. You hadn't published it yet. You got a set date in which it's coming out. So they start buying. They do it with music all the time. Um,
Right.
Somebody have a music thing. Hey, my music coming out. They got the album cover up. They got all this up, and yet and still they're not ready. So they wait, and the people go in. They still buy it, and then once it comes out, it's to them as soon as it comes out.
Now, let me ask this. With Amazon, are you able to have that like that without the book being there, but the book cover being there? Would
Yes,
this be the venue where the people would go in and do the pre-order at?
yes, because even though your content is in there, it cannot release until you give it a date to release.
Gotcha.
But your cover can still be shown because you did pre-order.
I like that.
So your cover be up there and they can see the cover that you upload, but it won't release it until you're ready. You can set a date and say, hey, I'm releasing this January 1st,
Right.
2021 is going to be a new year, and you can have it already uploaded for 2 months.
Yeah, because I would like to get a feel of, because a lot of
Yeah.
people with my husband, they're like, oh, I want that book. Oh, let me know when that book is. And I would just like to, test the waters with it
Yeah. Yeah.
and see,
Yeah. And you can do that. You can set your book cover up. You can have everything already ready. And before you even publish, you can do a pre-order sale. And when the pre-order sale, once it comes up, they can go in there and click in Amazon, say pre-order, pre-order, pre-order. Then once you release it, once it's released on that date, then it get released to them. They start making a book and it comes forth. It goes to them.
Gotcha.
So
I
they can get
really,
the
I
ebook
really,
and the other
really
one.
like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can do that, the pre-order on the ebook and on the hardcover.
Okay.
Yep.
So
Oh,
I can let them choose which one they want, but it's
yes,
still the pre-order.
yes,
Okay. But I'd have to go and do the exact same thing for the hardcover, right? Because you said whatever
yes,
you do for the ebook, you go and you do the exact, whatever you do for the Kindle or the
yep.
ebook, you do the
See,
exact same thing for the hardcover.
here's the hardcover right here. Same
So I
thing,
go back and do the exact same thing.
exact same
Gotcha.
thing. Yep, it's the exact same
Now,
process.
one step I heard you earlier saying with the hardcover is that you need that number though, that
Yeah,
ISBN number.
it will give it to you. Like
Oh, okay.
when you go to this right here, the paperback content,
Mm-hmm.
it will give you an ISBN number.
Okay.
So once it gives me that ISBN number, it'll say, do you have your ISBN number or do you want an ISBN number? And it's free through
Gotcha.
Amazon. So because you're uploading through Amazon, it comes free. So what you
Oh,
do
cool.
is, yeah, so once you get it, you just go back into your content and you put the ISBN. In my book, I don't know if you can see it. Can y'all see that or no?
No, you're still on that same page
Yeah.
of the paperback.
Okay. I'm gonna show you.
Have you tried the pre-order?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
No. Now see right here. Now this is my book where I put my copyright, all rights reserved. This book is protected under copyright. Now I just put that
Oh, I
there.
see.
I put that there.
Gotcha.
I didn't go get it legalized. That right there legalizes my book for me.
Gotcha.
And this is first edition, first printing. And so I put this in my book, ISBN right here. And I put that. When I get my number, I bring my number and I put it here.
I see.
I copy it and I bring it and I copy it here and then I upload my content. Everything else is already ready.
Wow.
So this here is already in it. So then when I come up and I'm getting ready to upload it, I already got my ISBN already in there. So I just come
Right.
back and just add the number. Well, because they already gave me the ISBN. So this is going to put
Right.
at the beginning to solidify. It's going to be on the back of my book. It's going to be inside my book. I'm just making sure that I had it in there on that page there too.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, Kindle, you don't need one.
Right.
For hardcover, you do. So
Gotcha.
this shows when I published it, copyright 2019. I published it in 2019, and I did all the rest of it myself. So it's just basics of doing it, however you want to do it, and taking the time, because everything is a learning experience.
Yes.
Even with information, you're still going to have a learning experience of uploading, putting things in, and setting things to where you need
Right.
it. So
I call it that learning curve.
yeah,
Yeah.
because there's things in there that I need to still learn how to critique it to get everything just right. If I want to make a bigger book, I still got to go back in and critique it. So it depends on the size of your book, how your margin is going to be, and how your book cover is going to be.
Right.
Because your book cover has to be a certain margin according to your page count.
Okay.
You know, so you got to have it.
I have a book that I'm doing, but some of the stories are longer than others. You know,
It don't matter.
it's each individual, but some people have written 4 and 5 paragraphs, and some people have only written maybe 1 paragraph.
Yeah.
How would I? It's just about how would I format that for it not to look
See that?
like.
I don't know if you can
What'd
see
you
it. I wrote this book here. I don't know if you can see it. The light.
Can't see it.
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I got short poems in here and I got long stories.
Okay.
So either way, as long as you got like some of my lines, I can't even show you this thing. Hold on. Let me see if this will help. Nope.
Okay.
You know, you see this?
I see it.
Here's one
Yeah.
story. Now you see this one?
Yeah.
See the difference?
It's a big difference.
Yeah. Because this was one story, this was another story. But
Okay.
Okay.
yeah, because it's a short story, because it's poems and because it's different attributes, it's not the same. The book is not the same. It's a short story. So I'm taking you from story to story. It's not the same category in the book.
Gotcha.
Mm.
So because of that, I can do a different format. I wrote all of it, but at the same time, it was a different period in time in my life. So I left it in the format in which it was
Mm.
to show the difference of me.
Well, how was it received?
Oh, it's fine. People don't know about it.
Oh, really?
No, people don't too much know about this book.
Wow.
I didn't advertise it. This was just a book with about some parts of my life and some things that came to me in Revelation that I wrote.
Mm.
And so I didn't promote it or anything. This was actually just me putting the book together just to see if I can publish a book.
I got you.
So this was the first
Gotcha.
book. This was the first book I ever published just to test out if I could publish one. And it came out good. So that book was my learning book. But I didn't tell too many people about it because basically it's personal. Some people probably won't know about whatever. But if I do get famous, a lot of people will get it. So
Oh yeah,
and it doesn't matter.
most
I hear you.
definitely.
You know,
Because they gonna want to know everything then
everything.
once you get famous.
Because there's times in my life that I wasn't serving God that's in the book,
Right.
you know, and of things that I went through. And so the basic thing is I want to see if I could publish it, but because it's different stories and because you got different people, guess what? Because you got different people, you got different forms of character.
That's true. You read about that.
So
Yeah.
my thing is keep it in the character as this is how this person wrote it.
Mm. No doubt. That
Okay.
makes sense.
So it separates from it just being one person, even though other people wrote it and you're the author. Look at it this. I'm showing you a character of this person in their writing.
Mm.
And it makes it more interesting,
Okay.
you know. So you can do, hey, this is a short one. Hey, my brother, you know, Terry, he wrote a
Yeah.
book called Forever and a Day. He wrote a poem called Forever and a Day. And that joker was long. And I wrote a poem that was 3 lines long. All of a sudden, I write a book, and he ain't written his yet. But at the same time, his character was to write those things that long. My character was to write something real short.
Yeah.
And that was just it. So to show forth that person's character, like I said, put a page break in there and just make sure you're like this person here, he's got it, cool. He's got a paragraph. Then you come to the next one. This person got 2 pages.
I got you.
Just do it like that.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, this is good, guys. I'm gonna definitely start focusing on this week because I have some material that I want to move on. So, Robert, I'm sure I'll be looking for you.
Oh yeah, just holler at me. You know, I'm here.
All right.
All right.
All right.
It was nice meeting you.
Same here. This was a good call.
There you as well. Take care.
All
Yes.
right.
Take care. All right. Bye.
All right. Bye. You got any more questions?
What up, cousin?
You got any more
What up,
questions?
cousin?
You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I just wanted to say hi real quick. Just, you know, I was hiding out on the video call. Just wanted to say hi, man. How's everything going?
It's going good. Let me hold this recording.